What if I told you that you can stop overeating and lose your next 15 pounds without using any willpower? Every time I tried eating clean, I'd fail in the first 10 days. I couldn't even take my shirt off in the gym locker room. Neither could I hold eye contact with a beautiful woman. But this new approach, it saved my life, man. I'm running on the beach shirtless now. I still can't talk to women. However, I do giggle and smile at them now. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 practical hacks I've learned over the years that anyone can use to lose their next 15 pounds and even start to see those top 2 abs of yours. Now, if you're anything like me, one of the reasons you're overeating is because you might be eating with your eyes and not your mouth. Let me explain. This one time I went to my ex's parents' house for dinner and her mom cooked a delicious looking meal. I served myself a mountain of what I thought was crispy fried chicken, but it turned out to be eggplant. I wanted to die. My only options were to eat it all and puke or fake a heart attack. Instead, I hid some in my jacket's pocket, pushed through the pain and ate what I could with a smile on my face. Have you been taking cooking lessons lately? But I survived it. Now, when it comes to serving ourselves food, we often serve ourselves much more than what we think we need. But it wasn't until I started using the 70% rule where I stopped overeating and started seeing the fat go away quickly. The way it works is you serve yourself 70% of what you normally eat, drink a glass of water after you finish that, and then if you want more, you have to get up, go eat the food, and restart and serve yourself again. 99% of the time, I was always so satisfied, I didn't even want to eat more. There's a sweet spot you need to train yourself to find and be aware of where you're not extremely full, but you're happy. The more you put yourself in that sweet spot, the more fat you're going to be losing, my friend. It's like drinking. 3-4 drinks is perfect. You get that feel-good buzz. I love you, man. I'm sexy and I know it. And anything more than that, you'll find yourself passed out in a parking lot. By the way, if you want to lose your next 5 kilos of fat, I made a guide exactly on how to do it. Links in the description. The next hack I use to stop overeating is actually one of the easiest of them all and it can help you eat 45% less based on studies. Now, after I broke up with my last girlfriend, I went on a date the very next weekend because I wanted to fill a hole in my heart that she left. Now, I never used dating apps, but this was one time I was feeling desperate and I met someone that same weekend. When I was picking her up, she told me that she's standing on this street by this building. But I was there and I couldn't find her. I thought I was getting played, man. I thought my friends are pranking me. It turns out she was standing right there, but she looked nothing like what she did in her dating profile. She fooled me. And that's exactly what this next hack does. It fools you. Only this time, you're tricking your own brain in a good way. The trick is to use smaller plates. Because studies show people who eat off big plates serve themselves 52% more and end up eating 45% more food without even realizing it. But when you switch to a smaller plate, your brain thinks the same portion is way bigger than it actually is. So you feel satisfied, you stop earlier, and you cut out hundreds of calories without relying on any willpower. My mom watched a documentary years ago on sausages and why they're bad, they're the demon or whatever, and she's been using this on me and my brother for years. She'd put the sausages in a tiny little bowl and the eggs on a big plate, and I'd feel like, oh, a lot of sausages. I used to think this was but it actually makes a big difference. And there's thousands of people who have used this and lost so much fat. Now, I grew up eating chips, cookies, ice cream every day. Life was wonderful in my household. But this next hack is what finally gave me control and help me get away from that lifestyle and actually start losing fat again. Now, I want you to imagine a beautiful woman you met at a bar is obsessed with you and is dying to sleep with you, but you have a girlfriend. What a dream, right? And since you're a good partner, you use all your willpower to say no and walk away. But the next day, you realize that this beautiful woman who's dying to sleep with you is your neighbor. And now you're fucked because saying no once was hard enough, but you gotta say no 1,000 more times. And this situation happens to you all the time and you don't even know it when you're doing your grocery shopping. If you say yes to the Oreo special offer while you're shopping, now you've brought the temptation home. You'll have to say no not once, but 1,000,000 more times. And that's fat loss suicide. You're way better off saying no once at the supermarket so you don't have to battle yourself every night at home. And if you really want Oreos, then just walk down to the nearest supermarket, buy a small pack and eat it then. It's the same with cheating. You don't want 5 girlfriends in your neighborhood. If you really want some, you're a filthy dog, you want to cheat on your wife, then just go get a massage, call it a day and have a happy ending. Now, over the last 5 weeks, I lost 15 to 17 pounds doing what I thought was one of the stupidest diets that exists. I ate just 1 meal a day. I'm not asking you to eat 1 meal, but believe it or not, it was a lot easier than I thought it would be because there was one little rule which kept me sane, feel full, and not eat like a truck driver in that 1 meal. The glass is your stomach. If it's empty, we can fill it up to the brim. But if we preload it with water, for example, we're already overflowing. We're putting in so much less than we did when the glass was empty. As simple as it is, I made it a rule that I don't have lunch until I drink 2 liters of water. I didn't start off with 2 liters initially. I did about 1 liter. And then over time, after getting into the habit, I was drinking so much more than I expected, more than I thought I ever could. And it doesn't have to be just water. You can load up your stomach with even protein. Have small protein snacks before your meals. Or eat the protein on your plate first because protein takes up more space and keeps you more full. By the time you get to your carbs and fats, you will eat less without even noticing. So avoid eating food when your stomach is completely empty because it's like flirting with the lunch lady. You're going to end up indulging, but you'll be regretting it later. Now, most people make the mistake of focusing only on what they're eating to stop overeating because they're missing out on one key factor that plays a huge role in all of this. The times I was fat and overeating was during the most stressful times of my life. The times I was so broke, I had no idea how I'm gonna pay the bills. Moments where everyone around was doing so well and I'm just here shit at the bottom with nothing to show for. It was the times I felt so alone and don't really have anyone. You see, getting control over your diet, it's not about willpower. It's hard to diet when you have all that going on. And if you're struggling, I want you to know that you're not weak or anything. It's just that's how we're wired. Because chemically, when we're stressed, we get hungry and crave things. Now, I know you can't just wake up and be less stressed. Life doesn't work that way. But what I learned is you can lower the volume even just a little by doing the little things. Could be by spending time and laughing with your favorite people. It could be by just being kinder to yourself if you fuck up here and there. But most importantly, understanding that this is a journey. And done is better than perfect because perfect is never done. It's just a matter of time until you finally get there. Now you might fail, maybe over and over again, but what separates you from everyone else is heart. So get your ass back on that horse and dig deep in your heart and figure out why do you want to do this? Is it because you know that you're so much more capable than you think? Or is it because you finally want to give yourself the love and care you deserve? Figure it out. I'm sure that you're going to nail this, my friend. Just promise yourself that you'll do your best.